What's up guys, YFlow, ZX10 here, and I guess we'll talk a little bit about starting on a 1000. I feel like I have expertise in this area since I had a 400 for about 5-6 months, then I moved to the 1000, but yeah, we can get into it. Oh, boys, it's so freaking hot. Alright. Well, I don't know exactly where to go, but I'm just gonna ride around, I guess. So I guess we'll talk a little bit about, beginners on a 1000. So yeah, as I was saying, I had a Z400 for about 6 months, and I traded it for this 1000. And I'll do a little bit of my experience, with this bike. Can you start on 1000? Should you start on 1000? I guess your answer will be in this video. I don't know. But anyways, guys, yes, I had a Z400, a 2019, for about 6 months. I did low side it one time in a turn. I just wasn't paying attention. I did have my first wreck on that bike. Have I ever wrecked this bike? No, I've never wrecked this bike. I've had this bike for 2 years, so if that tells you anything. Been on the 1000 for 2 years after getting my first ever bike, and never wrecked this bike. So I would say I'm in the realm of giving the advice, from what I've learned. So I guess we could talk a little bit about, when I got my bike and how was the first ride. I was absolutely scared of this bike when I first got it, and I didn't want to go too hard on it, and I told myself that. Sorry, hair. But I ended up going crazy on it anyways on the way home. I just wanted to test how the power felt. I did a 4th or 5th gear pull in it, and yeah, I mean, just nothing compares. Yeah, 1000's power really changes your perspective on speed. It just warps it. I mean, these things are so fast, and I mean, man, you really got to be careful on these things. So my first time riding, I did do some pulls. My ride was actually about 3 hours from home, so I got plenty of seat time on my ride home. Would I consider this bike for a beginner? Is that question. My answer is no. I'm sorry. Sorry, little, my young squids. No, don't start on a 1000. Now, I will give you some hope, little squids. You can get a 1000 early on. I wouldn't recommend it. I would thug it out on a smaller bike for about a year. Taste a couple other bikes, get some test ride on, 600, a 650, a middleweight bike or so. Get a feel for it. And, if you understand the power that these things have, and, you have a brain, and I've always said this, you gotta have a brain. You can't just be mindlessly riding just to go fast. You want to make sure that you can ride fast and not die. That's the goal. So, if you can do that, and you've ridden, you got about a year of experience is what I would like, what I wish I had before I jumped on the 1000, then I would say go for it. Is a 1000 for you? If you ride around town, occasionally hit the highways, no, do not get a 1000. These things are too damn fast for just, NPC traffic. These things are absurd, man. They're no fun either. I can't really use the power band unless I'm breaking the law. And speaking of breaking the law, but you want to make sure that you buy a bike that serves your purpose. What is your purpose? That is for you to comprehend, determine. What are we doing? I'm scared. For me personally, riding a 1000, I've ridden plenty of 1000s too. I've ridden S1000 that had 205 to the wheel. So, and by the way, that thing absolutely blows this out of the water. Ain't nothing like it. I forgot to wave to that guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He didn't wave back, so I don't really care. So the real question is, what is your purpose for riding? You know, are you a street demon? You just want to be a street demon? Get you a little middleweight bike. A 600 will do as well. They're all great bikes. But it's just 1000s are a different breed. I'm telling you, they're just a different breed. But yeah, 600 will do plenty. Personally, I want to get an R9. I think that it's the perfect bike for me. It's got the torque. It's almost got the same amount of torque as this. I mean, holy, I think it's what, 10 off from being the same as a 1000. And it's got that close to 600 horsepower. So, I mean, it's just a perfect bike, and all the tech that's on it. Yeah, I definitely want to get that. I think that's the perfect bike for me, and I feel like that would be a perfect bike for a lot of people. You know, hate it or love it, looks-wise, sound-wise, power, usability, and, you know, just the tech that it offers. Man, it'd be a perfect bike for a lot of people. But, you know, people have their ways and egos. They want to go fast. But anyway, I don't know much else to say on the topic. But take my advice as you will from someone who has jumped on a 1000 as pretty much a beginner. She sounds good, boys. The mic sound, boys. I'm using the wireless mic from DJI. Hopefully it's good, you know what I mean? I'm scared to do anything AI generated because there are cops around. There's been more lately than last year. So, I don't know, maybe they just hired a bunch of people or moved them, I don't know. So, gotta be careful with the AI generated stuff. Guys, let me know how y'all's weather's been. It's been rainy, super rainy for like all of summer basically. It's hard to get a ride in with all the rain going on. But then you got the freaking Harley guys. Oh, brother, just ride in the rain. Ride the bike. No! I don't want to ride in the rain. But yeah, guys, let me know if you enjoyed my little talk session. Let me know your comments down below. Because I know it's a hot topic. It really is. The Euro guys can't really say much because they're stuck to licenses. They can only get a certain bike depending on their license. But if you are able or have experience, yeah, please let me know. Is it similar to my experience? Is it a little bit different? You know, whatever the case may be. But anyways, but yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, deuces. Yeah, my balls are hot, boys.